Have you ever wondered how people used to cut gemstones 200 years ago? I recently found this drawing from 1803 which shows a French gem cutting bench, and notice this strange rectangular tube with all the notches in it next to the cutting wheel. So the whole technique starts with just a stick in the hand. Notice that the stick has a gemstone cemented onto the end of it. And then comes that cylindrical wooden tube which is called the jam peg, or in French the évincien. So this is really just a simple wooden cylinder that has a bunch of random holes notched into it that allows the cutter to have different angles. Now, as this technique developed, the people making these jam pegs got better at making them, so you can see a slightly later generation one, maybe 1850s or so. The technology is still the same with just a series of holes, but they're just a little bit more regular and uniform now. So to use this ancient cutting device, the cutter would need a cutting wheel and the jam peg head. The jam peg head goes up and down on this pole just to the right of the cutting wheel. And then of course we need the stick with our stone on it. And so the cutter has to put the stick into a specific hole to give them the angle. But then all of the rotation of the stone, all the places of the facets getting put on, is all done freehand. Now this is a really hard thing to do. Every time you pick up the stone to look at it, you've got to put the stone back down on the wheel in exactly the same hand position, otherwise you start stretching and skewing the facets. If the cutter needs to adjust the hole height a little bit, the jam peg just wiggles up and down a little bit on the pole when it's properly fixed onto it. And of course, traditionally these would have been hand-cranked machines, all human-powered with no electricity. Now, there's not very many people in the world that still know how to use technology like this. Only in London and a few cities in Germany do we have any cutters that can still do this. But a couple of years ago, I met one master cutter named Ken Harrington in England, and I went and visited him so I could learn the ancient art of hand-crank 19th century jam peg cutting. He gave me a brief demonstration and then I just jumped right in, hand cranking for the cutting, and then the polishing wheel was motor driven. Here you can see me polishing my first stone. It's an octagon emerald cut, and I'm just learning how to keep the facets straight. All in all, I think the stone came out really good. I was really happy with it, so I went on to do a citrine square. Here you can see I'm in progress of polishing it. It's with these simple machines, the jam peg, évincien, and the stick, that these 19th century gem cutters were able to cut gemstones 200 years ago. Come back next time and we'll see how they did it 300 years ago.